Yep.
Oh, hello, everybody. After getting a text message this morning from Stu about this, I was like, I really think we should jump on just to check this out. This is an industrial fire in Compton. It's huge. When you talk on the scale of a fire, this is massive, massive fire that could be. Ooh, was that the lights? There's transformers and stuff over there.
Copy. Copy all.
If you're just joining us, yeah. Fire in Compton. Guys, give me just a second. Look at all these transformers and stuff over here. They could blow at any minute. And they
Oh, did you? And you got that, Vinny? Oh, did you guys see that? That was that was one of the transformers we were looking at earlier on, and it just, yeah, they all blew up, and now there's a huge power outage. Whoa!
Blowing its top. I wanted to jump on. Scale of 1 to 10, it is a 11 for sure.
Yeah.
Good morning, April.
In the whole area.
Edward, my man. Yes, I would never put a old fire up. Stu already busy this morning, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Good morning, Sharon. Definitely, maybe even a 12. This is bad stuff. Bad stuff. Dangerous for the people trying to get this out. And there's still a transformer over there. I mean, it's burning everything. There's trailers and things right there.
Smell really good down there. All that pine.
Why is this? Is this like a? I don't have a lot of information. Maybe it's got something to do with. He said there was pine. I mean, this is right in the middle of everything. This isn't out in the, the forest up on the hills. This is right in the middle of everything. You can see the city here in the background.
But it was just in the industrial area. The home's not affected.
That's good. No homes affected. How are you guys doing this morning? Yeah. Bright and early.
You can start like that if you want, but just do a quick push into the flames. Are you guys going to roll that tape of the electric explosion?
If they're smart, they will, Stu.
Right. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's all good. I'm definitely going to mention it.
Oh. Thank you, Paula. Good morning. Terrible stuff to start your day with here. But you know what? It's not a chase, but I said, you know what? This is kind of important information. People probably want to know this. Chase family probably needs to check it out. Far as I know, no casualties. But it is in a area that is industrial. So we're hoping, as far as people that work there, we just had all those transformers explode. So.
Oh, those buses are really starting to go.
Those are buses that were burning? Oh, my God. If they zoom back in, you should see these buses. They're lined up. There are so many of them.
Yeah, Vinny making a beautiful picture right there, and it does tell the story. Photojournalism, that's what it's all about. This is a huge fire out in the Compton area. Vinny's pushing into what's going on down there. We've been talking about that bus yard, and the flames had been making their way over to that bus yard, and firefighters were trying to slow that progression. Take a look at that. These buses are on fire. There's more buses in that shot right there. And to add to all of this, just moments ago, you can see some of those transformers right there in that shot on that power line. We saw two massive explosions showering the firefighters and the fire trucks down there in sparks from an electrical explosions from those transformers. And then the power went out not in the residential area. So this is definitely the grid is set up correctly. The residential home area stayed lit, but all this area where the fire is still in darkness. Now, this is one of the problems that the firefighters have to deal with. One of the many dangers that firefighters have to deal with. Some of those power lines may have fallen down. They might not be energized now, but the system doesn't know what's going on. Automated, so the power lines may come back to life, and these
very
firefighters
dangerous
have to deal
situation.
and understand that. So this is a dangerous situation for them as well. This is happening in the Compton area. This is going to be Santa Fe and Webb. When firefighters from Compton Fire first arrived out here, that fire well established in that pallet area, and this is what's burning down there.
Look at those pallets.
You can see this is that entire area that's on fire, except for the buses, is basically piles and piles of wood. Those are just wooden pallets out there, along with some industrial equipment, some outbuildings, an office or two. And we've been watching as all of that has been catching fire this morning. The heat's so hot that aluminum melting on some of these trucks before the flames actually got there. So it gives you an idea of the intensity of the heat in that bulk of that fire in the center of that yard. That's one of the reasons why those firefighters couldn't make their way, just kind of go into that yard.
Wow, you can see it
on
that far away.
And,
wow.
And I'm just hearing that we actually have some video where Vinny was on a wide shot. You just don't know when these things explode, but this kind of shows you that number of explosions down there, electrical explosions.
Hi. This isn't the fire departments are in the hills. This is like in the industrial area of the city
going off. And in one of them, you can actually see those sparks and showering some of those fire trucks. So this is what the firefighters are dealing with. This is how they're trying to fight this fire, contain it. That's all they can do right now. They can't actually get in there and put that fire out. So they're going to let that fire burn. Basically, those pallets burn. But what they can do is they can try to keep it from spreading to the other buildings out there. This is in Compton. You can clearly see this. We're very close to the 105. We're very close to the 710. But this morning, Skyfox, we could see this fire from the Cahuenga Pass.
Getting a better look now with the sun coming up.
Firefighters, no injuries to civilians.
That is, I mean, there's so much other stuff to burn. I mean, look at all these other buses right here on the right-hand side. You've got all those ones right there that, could, I guess, explode.
Way.
I'm not a firefighter. Look at that smoke.
Yep.
Not the way you want to wake up the day in LA. Compton, that general area. Yeah. You guys, I hope everybody's doing well. Let's hope that everyone is staying safe. This could definitely get out of hand even more so very quickly. I mean, that fire truck right there is dangerously close. I mean, these guys are really putting their lives on the line today. This is a bad situation. I haven't heard anything yet. And yes, he does read the chat. If the other guy was here, he would probably do it in a very radio ready voice.
Sweet.
Morning, Patrick. Hello. Sorry, I was over here trying to do things on the other end, as they say. Yes, definitely holy bells this morning. So anybody hanging out that's in that area, please feel free to give us an update. Let us know what you're seeing over there.
I don't know where they put Sandra. I mean,
where is Compton? Well, that's a good question. It's right there in that same general area that we have all of our LA chases, all that. Whoa!
Perfect timing. Look at Vinny's on it.
Look at that.
Every time.
It's burning to the ground,
propane?
Folks.
What do you think? Clearly propane. Yeah, clearly propane.
Clearly, that is Stu talking, by the way. Yeah. He had shot me a text this morning and said, hey, big fire. I mean, it is a massive fire. You're on the 105 and wow. That's scary stuff, man. I mean, I know they're used to fires, huge fires up there in the hills and things like that, but this is like in the industrial area, and it's spreading from these massive pallets that are burning down to these charter buses that are now engulfed in flames. Transformers have been blowing up. Things are really getting out of hand. It's one of those situations where you hope you tune in and you see it get a little bit better. But this is a situation where you've tuned in and it's getting worse. Yes, Ty. Believe it or not, this is live. Yes. All right. So, yeah.
Oh.
We're seeing a lot of different little areas engulfed in this.
I'm listening. They're having water issues.
Oh no,
the
water issues.
No good.
Oh my goodness.
Water pressure issues.
Wonder where Creed's at right now.
Back on, and that's what they're talking about.
I'm always live, baby.
They're trying to pull water from hydrants from Alameda, which is down over here. Copy all.
Downtown South LA. Not getting any water. I mean, we have spread, if you look on the far right of the screen, those are pallets. Just massive towers of wooden pallets that are engulfed. This whole area in the middle now. That left-hand side where you see those buses, that was not burning earlier. They were trying to keep those charter buses from catching fire. So now you spread from this area. It's moving all the way over to the left. It's setting all these buses on fire. Now we're hearing they're having water issues. They're not able to get the proper water pressure.
And it's making its way from that actual original pallet fire into that bus yard. When we first arrived out here around 5 o'clock this morning, these buses, there was some fire over here, but it wasn't what we're seeing right there. A lot of and these are, not that, money is really the deal right now.
Good to see you out there in Colorado Springs.
But those are very expensive. There's probably more than a couple $1 million worth of buses down there on fire this morning. It's just a row here, and then there's a row also right there as well, and you can see some of those buses.
Yep, those ones weren't on fire a second ago.
What it all started was the corner of Santa Fe and Webb. This is very close to Alameda. Now we've been listening into how the firefighters are battling these flames, and now we're starting to hear that they're starting to have some water pressure issues. And this is, that's the one thing that the firefighters really need to battle a fire is water. And now they're starting to come up with dry hydrants, meaning some of these hydrants down there not working or not putting out the pressure that they need to put water on this fire. Also, since the morning light's starting to peek in, you can actually see how many more pallets are out there. And if this fire continues to burn, basically it's just going to keep burning all these pallets until there is no more. And the firefighters, they're doing what they can to try to keep these flames from spreading to other businesses. But like we've been watching out here, that bus business on the other side of the fire.
Yeah, it seems like there's no water pressure on the bus side because I don't see them spraying anything down on that side.
They're doing what they can, but now we're hearing this problem with water. This is going to make this firefight extremely difficult. And then Tony and Araxia, we saw those electrical explosions going off and the high voltage wires coming down. And then, of course, those explosions showering the firefighters with sparks. It is just an extremely.
Oh, you should see all the pallets that are just stacked up.
Yeah, we've heard Compton fire, Long Beach fire.
Speaking of the ones that are stacked up.
LA County fire.
It's a weird chase.
But the issues right now is that they might be having water issues, and that is.
I couldn't find the "We Have a Fire" brand, so
yeah. Whoops.
Their problems this morning trying to battle this.
But I felt like this was our family out there in Cali, that area, the West Coast. They would appreciate coverage.
Moonwillow, good to see you. Moon popping on today to watch a fire. Wow, yeah, wow, that's a lot of buses right there.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And the ones on the far, like towards the bottom of your screen, those ones weren't even on fire when we joined. So those have just now started burning. But as you can see, Creed, from that left side, there is no water pressure at all. They're not able to do anything. There's a fire truck right in the midst of all those buses.
So they're trying to get things out of the way. And it also will help the firefight as if they get the property out of the way. It's something less. One other thing less that will fire and burn.
Those are done for. Completely.
I'm awestruck.
Somebody's trip to Disney World is canceled.
The intensity of the flames and how it continues.
Creed, did you take a bus to Disney World in your senior trip?
Down there
no, we didn't have a senior trip actually.
No, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a shame. Never had a prom because I had to DJ.
This guy,
which was fun. Where is fire? We need fire. Anybody on Periscope can at him? We need a professional.
Work. Yeah, we do need a fire expert. Look, they're moving one of the buses. Those are school buses too over there. Where are they moving them to? I mean, they're just going to block the roads.
Well, I mean, for everyone that goes, for everyone that moves,
we got a little water pressure here now. We're getting a little something.
Well, they're probably. Well, don't forget these
when
fire trucks.
Dry hydrants and low water pressure.
Have water
my heart just saying,
too.
Some of them.
Can you imagine the heat coming off of those buses, though? I mean,
now you're hearing
extraordinary.
Thanks, Sean.
Put this fire out.
My animals are going nuts. I was awoke by all the alerts.
What's on my mind right now? It's like, do you call somebody from the
yeah, it was a you should see me getting dressed real fast, running down the hallway, putting on a hat.
Running. It is in Compton, Moon. In old Compton. Oh, thank you for the super sticker.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I'm unprepared. Hallelujah. I don't have anything pulled up. It's too early for that.
I mean, you can see the way it has started over here in these pallets and moved its way over to the left.
Yeah, I can see now, it's a very, very dense area. Jesus.
Well, Araxia, we have seen in the past in dramatic
I mean, look at these firefighters putting their life on the line to try and stop. We've got more pallets right there, Creed.
If they get a water drop, there's a good possibility that when they do a drop like that, it would actually spread
That's
the fire.
That's a good point, Sharon.
Because that water coming down out of the
rather be replaceable things like this than people's stuff.
Where they've done a water drop on a vehicle that clearly it's for display. And that
water drop.
Just
yeah, those big the big helicopters that come in and that'd be interesting.
Or piles of pallets that could throw flames and create more of an issue.
Crazy.
And then also there's another point of where they're going to get water.
Martin.
Good morning, Cole.
I haven't even heard them talk about it, but I'm kind of curious if because of the
I was just thinking it's like one of those insurance things. But I doubt it because the pallets are.
This morning, I'm sure they're.
Yeah, the buses are a different story.
Yeah. Nobody is insuring pallets.
Pallets
are
worth
that many though. That was
they either make them or they redo them. There's actually a lot of money in pallets. I mean, some of them can be $30 a piece.
A fire battalion chief down there or something.
But my God, those are huge stacks of pallets. I couldn't see it on my phone.
They have done nothing but soak these ones here nonstop. They spent more time soaking those ones, trying to keep them from burning, as they have trying to fight the fire as it's moving to the left. I mean, look at all of them over there. This could get out of hand very quickly, even more so than it is now.
Yeah, Ross, that's what I was thinking. Maybe on the side where there was very little bit of water pressure, they got some the trucks in there. I'm not sure. How long this been going on, Mikey? Do you know?
When I joined, it had been going on probably at least 20 minutes. So I'm saying less than an hour.
Well, ain't that the truth, Christina? I have enough rain and cold.
They're trying to put up a line and say this is where we're trying to make it
stop.
Oh,
gosh, yeah. Here in North Carolina, it has been weather.
Yeah, 6:30 sounds about right, Serenity.
Watch the sun come up with this one.
Yeah, those are probably a couple $100,000 a piece down there.
Oh, easily.
Oh,
well, that one's a Prevo. The one with the long strip on the back.
I saw that one just move. It's probably like the air suspension or the tires are going.
Got some school buses there too.
Yeah, it seems to be a big yard as far as the buses go. Oh, my God, those pallets have caught fire right there where they were trying to contain that. It's now right there on the left. It has gotten out of control now again. Thought we had a little bit of containment, but not so.
Good morning, Edwin.
I understand that we're live on,
Edwin,
on
what is
Facebook
up?
right now, so I'm going to try to join you.
Moon, this one's for you. Better late than never.
On the internet up here this morning.
Yeah, Sean, no kidding. Jesus.
And
we can tell the way the wind's blowing.
I guess my internet not that good because I'm starting to get weird messages
from Mikey.
They're late. There we go. So there we go.
Hey, Stu, is it hot up there in the helicopter when you're above a fire?
They're going to explode. There might be some explosions down there.
I'm surprised those buses have not exploded.
Doesn't explode, and every now and then you might see a large pop down there, but that's probably going to be because of the tires going off. We were just taking a look at.
I don't even have any.
Michelle wants to know how.
I don't even have any Mountain Dew at the house. It's bad.
Oh
my
situation.
Really
it's a bad situation, Sharon. This might go really bad.
I left my food. I had to leave it. I was like, no time to eat. I'm on call today.
That we're hearing this morning is that
yeah, Patrick, I was just thinking of that. That's a very good point.
I guess something to do with diesel fuel don't explode is what he was saying.
Extremely good at what they do. And
no,
it might almost sound like
that's what he said,
but it is not. These guys are trained beyond trained, and even though it's a pallet fire, we've seen these in the past. They basically make their way over there and they just kind of surround the building and they just dump tons of water on it.
That fire truck is dangerously close right there. I'm concerned about it.
Continue to spread, and we understand the intensity of the heat. This is one of the things that I can talk to you guys about on digital media while we're watching this fire.
It's a good question, Jeremy. We'll have to ask him that next Tuesday.
Yeah, that was something somebody had sent a question about. How does Stu use the bathroom while he's up there?
So.
Well, you ever sit in an intersection and look over at a yellow bottle that's been thrown out?
Media, you have to understand that I'm not dedicated to you guys. I wish I was. I love doing the the talk back.
What's Stu talking?
He's talking about people.
Talking about you.
Facebook wanting to talk with him.
But
the reality is
he doesn't
this is
understand,
kind of more
man.
behind the scenes. If you hear me talking to somebody,
hey, here's a name that's familiar. Thank you, Bosco's daddy.
Bosco's dad. Hey, man.
Hope you saw the chase where he said thank you for the coffee.
Yeah. Good to see you finally.
Okay, copy all.
April Stevens says diesel
Update.
is less flammable than gasoline.
Back to the anchors, copy
good to know.
Confirmed. Because if the OG wrench says it, it's right.
It's got to be true.
Hope you're well, April. Hope you're doing good, April.
But the reality is I'm not always with you. So
Ross says Compton Fire now getting assistance from LA County Fire with several additional pieces of equipment. I think they're going to need it. It looks that way.
And that's usually what's going on.
I'm worried about that building right there on the bottom of your screen. See that building?
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's kind of relentless as far as building after building after building being so close.
And that's basically what this is. This is just piles of wood that caught fire this morning. The heat that is generated.
I mean, obviously, it had to be arson. Pallets don't combust.
Perfect time.
Good for you, Ty.
Earlier on, we were watching aluminum melt before the fire actually got it. That aluminum was on the side of a trailer. And,
but I mean, anything could really spark up. Pallets are hard to burn, by the way.
Also, will evaporate.
When you throw them on a bonfire, it takes a while to get them going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Only do that. Is it defensive or offensive? It's defensive, right? Or offensive? Offensive? They're in defensive.
Jeremy, Jesus, I'd be dead. I'd be in the hospital.
At any rate, what they do is, they set up the ladder pipes and they actually won't make their way into that area because of the intensity of the heat.
I can only imagine the intensity of the heat.
And it's not even safe.
Oh, I'm sure, Jay. Yeah, as that goes on, I'm saying if you take a pallet,
I got to go to work for Fox, guys, and we got it for television. If you guys are local, turn on channel
and
11.
throw it.
We got plenty of news. Oh, that's awesome with the sun coming.
And throw it on a fire. It takes a while.
That's beautiful, Steve says.
Oh gosh! Wow, thank you for the super stuff. Thank you.
We appreciate it. It does keep the lights on.
Sure does. Looks like you're gonna find a feed there, buddy.
No.
Or are they gonna stay around?
I'm right here with he's talking to the people like on Facebook, like, hey,
okay,
I've got to go live, so I ain't got time to talk to you guys. So I'm already on the feed. That's the all the time feed.
Yeah.
I'm already there, baby.
Gotcha.
Wow, look at that plume of
Roxy
smoke.
And Tony, Roxy, you are so right. We're watching the sun coming up. The sun's just starting
See,
to
now
come
he's
up.
live on the air.
See that smoke? Now, we're seeing a lot of really black smoke being added to the fire. And what that is right there is sadly all these buses that are burning down there. But for the most part, the fire has mostly been just wood products that have been burning, pallets, just straight out piles of wood that have been burning. But now all these luxury buses are burning down there. A lot of plastics, a lot of diesel, a lot of oil, a lot of rubber now starting to add to that mix. Take a look at how the smoke picture has changed. The firefighters down there, where is this? This is going to be in Compton. This is going to be the small streets out here are going to be Webb and Santa Fe. But the majors, we're very, very close to Alameda. This fire continues to burn. No injuries to firefighters, but they are a long way from even getting this contained. I'm Stu up in Skyfox. Back to you.
I mean, it's I don't even know what that building is right there, but I mean, it looks like it's spreading to that. Could be anything in there. These transformers have been exploding too, by the way. We've had several explode this morning.
So, at any rate, I see Xiomara's joined the.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, man. I'm glad you're able to check us out. If not live, glad you're there. Either way.
Has been very concerned about people understanding that this is behind the scenes and that what we're talking about is, basically, I'm talking to you as much as I can. But sometimes I have other conversations going on, and the voice might not.
Yeah, that's right, Jeremy.
But again, now I have a few minutes.
When I'm awake,
commercial break.
I'm on it.
Fire out in the Compton area.
I have to sleep sometime.
Right now, and I really would love to know more about this.
I covered the 5 o'clock shift.
I heard them talking about hydrants being dry, low pressure, and other hydrants. And you can see the devastation down there. This fire continues to burn out here. They basically
I could only imagine.
A couple of ladder pipes up, but
make sure you give Rick 2 beers when he gets home today.
As that pallet yard fire is basically worked their way a little bit to the north and starting to.
Okay, Jay, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, you can tell. The blacker smoke is definitely things like that. The tires and
the original firefighters when they arrived,
things like that. But it's air quality is definitely going to be affected today in that area. Don't want to be downwind of that.
Copy all. Alex, you're talking about
you're coming on the 10 West down the 57 freeway in Palomina, and you can see it.
Yeah, there are some apartments, and there's like homes across the way on the other major that's on the other side of Alameda there. But yeah, they're quite a distance away. How did it start? Oh my gosh, that is beyond my pay grade, and that's going to be somebody else's business. We'll find out maybe a month from now.
What do I think controls the smoke? Is that your question? I wanted to bring in a smoke expert. Thank you, though, for asking. Early morning fire.
And actually, you guys are. I'm still talking to you guys on media, on the social media right now. Is at Facebook. This is actually the black smoke is adding to it, but the flame. Copy all out of a commercial break. But the flames are actually less. It was a lot brighter.
Well, it was nighttime. Yeah, you can't really see the fire right now because of the denseness of this black smoke that has now started emanating from the buses.
That's right, Tony and Roxy. Take a look at this. Now, that pallet fire, this started in the pallet yard. And for the most part, there are still quite a bit of pallets out there. But with the firefighters and the water that they're putting on, a lot of that fuel, and we're calling it fuel, those pallets right there, hopefully will not catch fire or not ignite. But most of that fire that we saw earlier on around the 5 o'clock hour, that is basically, as Vinny just said, is just ashes now. It has basically burned itself out. That fire has moved to the north, and what is to the north are buses, and those buses are completely engulfed in flames right now.
Crazy.
You can see a row of them right there, a row to the other side.
I hope whoever's truck that is right there, that SUV, comes and moves it, because it's going to get gone here soon.
Also on fire this morning. We saw some employees showing up and moving some of those buses out of the way. That might be preservation of property, but it also is helping the firefighters because it's less that can catch fire.
Wow,
and also
right.
Those buses packed so closely together. If one goes, the heat will spread to the next one and to the next one. Now the firefighters that are down there, that's going to be Compton Fire, LA County Fire, Long Beach Fire, and then we understand possibly even Montebello Fire. But we're also hearing that they were having some water issues down there. They were trying to get a hold of some of those hooking up to hydrants that were not putting out enough water to help battle these flames. So
that's never good.
The problems out here this morning.
That's when you know they're in a hurry to try and get something going, right?
Hey, look at that pole.
Jesus.
That kind of shows you that the intensity of the heat out here. That pole is coated with tar and some oil so it doesn't rot, but right now is just smoking with heat. And we've seen some of those transformers earlier this morning exploding down there. A couple of them.
We know what that looks like.
Oh yeah,
with,
big blue.
And it was dark when it happened too, so it was very dramatic.
Also, you can see right
I'm
there,
sure.
if you can really look on the left side, just pan a little to the left, you can actually see some of those wires down. Now, after those explosions out there, you know those wires come down. Are they energized? Are they not energized? This is just more hazards that the fire department has to deal with. And you can see them actually might even be putting water on that transformer. But this is an immense fire with very dynamic.
Can you do that?
So many different parts of this, and these
put water on it.
Working together this morning.
I don't know.
I didn't know you.
That thing.
But the flames just continue to burn. You can see those buses putting up that heavy black smoke.
Serious question. Serious question. I didn't know you could do that.
Wood. But now we're adding in a lot of these buses out here, so there's going to be a lot of oils and other fabrics.
No one's really talking about that building right there that's about to catch fire.
Yeah, I mean,
continues to go out here in the Compton area. Firefighters doing
crazy.
what they can, and it seems like
I didn't know you could do that.
Obstacles thrown up against them this morning.
I thought that I would think that would make it worse. Those are all Prevos, by the way, if I'm seeing that right.
Creed, why do you keep mentioning that? I mean,
those are top of the line. Those are all the tour buses you've ever stepped on. I guarantee you were one of those. It's just as far as
those ones right there that have exploding tires, those are school buses.
Those are fine. All that non-flammable material inside that's burning right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus. Makes for a pretty shot, though, with the sun coming up.
Oh, yeah. As we were covering it in the night hours, the dark, as they say, it was so scary. I mean, it was like, wow, this is a nightmare kind of thing because we couldn't see anything around because the fire was so bright.
The homes
couldn't see anything.
They aren't right next to it. They are pretty far away. I'm just starting to read some of your.
Sean, I think it's a little too early. I'm going to pull up some of the. I'm trying to connect something up real quick, but I'll pull up some of the news stuff, see if we got anything new coming through. Here in a second.
Is that an apartment building? Okay, there is a little bit of an apartment building right there.
Yeah.
But those folks are safe right now. They might not have power. That might
at the moment.
I guarantee you they don't have power. Yeah.
At any rate,
I think that old block shouldn't have power.
Doing what they can to battle these,
Morning, Kelly from Frankton, Indiana.
Indiana. Good to see you.
In that last hit, if you guys
I know we've been live for about 35 minutes. Mikey, how long have they been on it? Do you have an idea?
I'm going to say they started around 5 o'clock their time. So they were on it probably about 30 minutes before we were.
Deal with that fire because of the intense heat. Then we started seeing
that you or him.
Lines coming
that was
down.
him.
Yep, some more right there in the shot.
Am I coughing?
Saw it right there by that fence.
Listen,
so,
it's 6
that's
something
a house
in the
right there, isn't it? That's a house right there.
That certainly looks like it.
With water pressure,
where there's flames about 20 feet away from it.
Yeah.
What's going on down there? We haven't heard any injuries. We did see some employees down there.
Yeah, employees of the pallet business.
I mean, that looks like the whole block's gonna at some point
I'm
here.
Sorry, and this is what I was trying to mention earlier on. You know, if you hear me stop and kind of snicker and stuff like that, I'm not laughing about the scene at all. We're multitasking out here. This is kind of behind the scenes.
As Mikey texted him jokes like Bishop is right now.
Stop trying to justify or
Dell, I grew up in that area,
right
down the road from old Rochester.
So at any rate, we're continuing to watch this fire burn.
Hello, Lisa.
Good
to There's no way that building right here is not going to catch fire now.
It was a news editor's joke to me one time is, you know, what are you going to say about a fire? Well, the firefighters are going to the fire's going to burn until the firefighters put it out. And that's kind of what really is happening today.
Can you DoorDash Mountain Dew by any chance?
Yes, Walgreens.
So packed down there. What?
Might do that.
The heat, radiated heat. Yep. Vinny's talking about how.
Look how those
that
has caught fire right there on that pallet. No fire near it. Just the radiated heat, as he's saying, has now bursted into flames.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, it's wet, and you can see.
Yeah, I think Jay was saying that just a minute ago.
Starting to smoke. That's probably
I get it. It's crazy.
Oils from the wood. That's going to be the first to go, and then it will just ignite from the heat. And this is basically.
I mean, just think how long it's going to take for that to get these power lines back up. To get, you know, I mean, you're talking. This is going to be a mess.
They will try to slow the progression of the fire. They will try to save the buses that have not burned, but the ones that are on fire this
private
morning,
chat.
they're pretty much just a loss because
I'll help you with that in just a second.
It's just too much effort to try to stop that. They're just going to let that burn, and it's not in any kind of negative sense. This is the only way they can actually battle these flames this morning.
How you guys work in the morning? I'm not good.
Definitely don't want to see.
When I just wake up.
By the way, there's somebody standing right there, Creed. I would.
Okay.
These people.
Yeah, standing on a roof. That's great. He has a water hose. He has a hose. It's a hose. Oh, Jesus, just stop.
I would venture to say no.
That's a dumb idea.
How is his face not burning off right now?
Power line?
There you go. Some more power lines going off right there. So that's a live wire hanging right there.
Oh my Jesus. Boy, firefighters are, I got to give them a lot of credit. I'd be running like a little bitch right now.
No, there's no way I'd be that close to that.
There's no way. Getting tossed more
and my goodness.
Obstacles this morning. They just have not been able to.
This is terrible.
So you can see right there clearly one of those power lines just down arcing on the back of that old Mercedes right there. Nice car, by the way. And
it's such a car guy.
Such a car guy. Real nice.
I think he's going to be sad about that Mercedes going up more than anything.
Is that the old OJ Bronco right there, too? Is this a classic car lot?
The firefight itself, you know, the actual pallet yard, almost in ashes.
Almost.
Nearly. Almost nearly in ashes. I can't believe this, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, we're getting some different shots here, and I mean, you can see it just about to intrude on that business. I mean, you can see trucks inside there. I mean, it's not this isn't an abandoned building or anything. This is some sort of business. And if those trucks, I can guarantee you, if those trucks catch fire, they will explode. It was so dangerous for these two guys, by the way, on that roof.
With a tiny little water hose. Just jump over to mine for just a minute. You can.
All right. Done.
Plenty of. Boy, that gives you a really good perspective of how.
Mine's ready whenever you want to jump back.
That's crazy.
There was a reason for that, by the way. There was a money shot I didn't want to miss that we had to go back to. Sometimes you gotta. Oh wow! Look at them; they're falling over now. If they fall the other way, Scam Likely calling me.
You have a phone call.
Scam Likely out of Fairmont, North Carolina, trying to chime in on this event.
Hate these Facebook feeds.
Why do you hate the Facebook feeds, by the way?
The little streets down there are going to be Weber and Santa Fe.
I got your Weber.
Very close to
how'd you like that?
Cool. 710.
You're welcome.
And Alameda is the major.
You want some more of that?
No.
809, just beside intersection Gladys.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Maria, you know, as far as the human aspect, the people
can we pull Stu down?
that live in the area,
Give me just a minute.
They're going to be affected job-wise. Somebody was kind enough to point out that there is an apartment building pretty much on the block, but it is the farthest from any of the flames. They might not have power right now, but as far as the actual fire itself, you know, what was that? What's happening, Stu?
Stu, are you losing your mind, Stu?
I don't understand, Steve.
Stu's got a long day ahead. This is the beginning of his shift.
At any rate,
Metro from engine 24, you can count for the rescue.
Definitely, that's something that everybody's concerned about. How is this going to affect?
Engine 24, Roger. Rescue
2.5, copy all. You know, there's a great shot too. Look at that. Look at that. That is the heat. That's the air moving from the heat, sucking those.
Oh, look at that!
It's like a curtain of fire.
Holy crap!
That actual fire itself. And you just think, look at that.
I always talk about how it sometimes becomes like a firestorm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When things really get raging.
You know, people are saying, "Well, why aren't they in there with the hose line?" I'm not going in there, and I don't think you want to.
You can drop your audio.
Stu said, "I'm not going in there." I don't know what you were saying.
Oh, it's a reflection, you think? I think
I'm not going in there.
Oh, it's a reflection, you think? I think that. Okay. Oh.
Oh, a reflection on the water?
Oh,
is
wow.
That what he's saying?
It is.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled. By the way, if you're just joining us, this is a live fire in the Compton industrial area. Started with these pallets. Now it has moved on, burned several, at least a dozen, I would say, Creed, of these premium buses.
Oh, easily, yeah. At this point.
We're reflecting on this story. Her last name is Bosch.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Stu, he never sleeps. I don't know how he does it.
Basically, these firefighters are babysitting a fire, just kind of letting it, and I don't mean that in any kind of mean way.
It says, by the way, Pomona is an hour and a half from where the fire is burning now and clearly visible from up here. That is insane. That's a big boy. That is big.
The homes themselves, simply put, are pretty far away from the actual flames themselves.
What about the guys that are up on the roof over here with a water hose like I have in my front yard trying to put out a fire?
Stuart London is asking me about the water droppers. We did a whole piece on.
Yeah, they said that water droppers are a bad idea.
I think it actually disperses when it falls. It actually disperses sparks and everything. All you know what I mean? Moves the fire around. That would be my guess. I am no firefighter, so I don't know anything.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go for fuel soon.
No.
Yeah.
What is your soon, Stu?
You know, this is kind of I'm saying choppy because they might be coming to us any second now.
Say, as of now, no injuries were reported. That's good. No homes were immediately threatened, but power outages affected about 50 customers so far.
Roxy, Tony, the fire continues to burn out here, and it's far from being contained. But I can say in a
like when Stu goes
light
live.
the firefighters
I know,
from
so
the
different. It was reported at about 4:45 a.m. their time.
Keeping this fire from
So
spreading
that's pretty
to
close.
to business. Right now, though, you can still see a lot of heavy black smoke. You can still see a lot of fire down there. Vinny had a shot earlier on. We were watching as one of the power lines that was down just continued to arc.
Yeah,
and these firefighters
that
were
was crazy.
Safely nearby, clearly seeing this, and probably can even hear it. And basically,
could be
could
fun.
you imagine being that close to that down power line?
No, and then just standing there with your water, you know.
Yeah.
David, us too, man. Next Tuesday, Stu, this legend, beyond this, barring any issues that day, hopefully.
Get these kinds of things out of the way.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't right there on the screen.
Right.
It was kind of buried.
Yeah, it's
behind
absolutely
other businesses.
fascinating, Moon. It really is.
Arriving out here, that fire well
those
established
buses.
when they arrived.
Yeah, that looks
Access was
bad.
the first problem. Then the next problem was getting other agencies involved to help them battle the fire. Then the fire started spreading.
Let me look
from
into
place
that.
To place to place. Then they had electrical issues.
They could,
power
maybe.
lines coming
You
down. We
never
saw
know.
some dramatic photos from the Skyfox this morning where power lines.
Well,
were
Ty, you know what that
exploding.
means? That means that your
Showering
Warriors are going to get a
with
W,
sparks.
most
And
likely.
now we're hearing that
In
they're having
Compton,
some
okay?
water pressure issues.
Compton.
Compton with a C.
Everything has been thrown up against
Not
these
with a K.
firefighters this morning, and they continue to battle this fire the best they can with what they have. And you can see
They've lost the battle on saving the buses. They really lost on all fronts today with this fire.
You know, the pallets themselves, most of them, you're seeing a pile right here, but what's burning or what was burning is probably 10 times, if not more, than what we're seeing in that picture.
I'm surprised the
That
water
basically
pressure
burned
doesn't
itself
knock those pallets
Other
over
businesses, they're still
into
trying
the
to protect
fire.
Some of those buildings, and then some of the property down there. Sadly, we saw a number of buses that are still on.
Like
Look
that.
how much. Yeah, look how they've burned down to almost
Nothing.
nothing.
Major crosses out here are gonna
Be interesting to see what it looks like after the fire because I think it's burned. Literally everything gets touched to the ground.
The actual street is going to be Weber,
It did say there are some apartment buildings located near the fire, but as of 6:30 a.m., no evacuations had even been issued yet.
I mean, these guys haven't even evacuated this business right here.
Yeah. A little too close for comfort for me.
Oh, yeah. They're like, I'm clocking out and going home, by the way.
Yeah. I think today is over. They did get a few buses out at least. I mean, oh, look over there now.
Well, at least it's steel and not wood.
Ruh-roh. Now that looks like a bunch of steel, does it not?
Yeah.
Okay, well, probably will not burn as easily as the pallet place.
No,
I would imagine.
not quite as easy.
Yeah, he doesn't move around a lot of pallets, doesn't realize they're heavy as could be, man.
I've moved.
I'm telling you.
I'll grab one on one hand, one on the other, move them around.
What do you think that fence is patched up with?
Pallets, baby. Pallets. Be interesting to hear what they think started this. I mean, your mind immediately goes to arson or something like that.
Yeah, Lisa, we were talking about that, and we also learned that diesel is not quite as explosive as,
It's got oil in
regular
it.
gas. So that makes sense why we didn't see a whole bunch of boom booms.
Any special?
I immediately think that every time I see a fire, David, especially living where I did in Myrtle Beach every year, February, late January, all of a sudden there's 2 or 3 of those beachwear stores that just sit empty all year, except for a couple months. They always take a little, they always get a little hot during January and February.
Mm-hmm.
There's always 2 or 3 of them every year.
That's about right.
Makes you wonder.
It's pretty much the just ash, a pile of ash, and that's.
I'm glad to hear no one has been injured. Everything is doing
kind of slight or anything.
could
like
be.
that.
You never think.
Power
Power is out for sure in that area. Transformers exploded.
Thunder Buddy, just a couple of little boom booms. Nothing too spectacular.
I don't know if there's a coordination.
I mean, that's legit very close to a entire city block.
I mean, the whole thing is definitely burning out, but it's burning out into other things. And now they're in, like he said, they're in playing defense right now.
And just because you don't see a whole lot of flames
It's
at
under
that
there.
very second, yeah, that's another thing too. Imagine the smell from those buses going up.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Jeez.
The buses are the ones producing all this black smoke. The white smoke is coming from the pallets, but yeah, all that black smoke is those buses just burning.
Sean, you got to think if they're either manufacturing pallets or remanufacturing them. I mean, you've got, a lot of chances to, and here's the other thing is that most people don't even turn things off in their house no less than a, you know what I mean? No less than in a setting like that. You just never know. Savannah's beautiful, David. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not in Myrtle Beach now. I'm up near Charlotte, but I've lived a couple decades or something like that. About a decade at least in that Murder Beach. Disgusting area. You people call a
vacation.
Call a vacation place. Mm-mm.
So, Arlette, yes, I can.
By the way, if you've never been with us for any of the things we do a lot of chases and that kind of thing. If you check out our channel, please, especially if you're ever home to YouTube, give us a subscribe, hit a like.
Yeah, we're almost at 2K. Need the help. Need to get over that 2K hump now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Took forever to
that, or are you just gonna roll it?
that 800 to 1,000 because we were just watching it and we're just like, can't wait to hit 1,000. Then the 1,000 to 2 was like, which is awesome. Keep it going.
The deal is in one point the smoke is starting to move and dropping down, and it'll. It's not that we're like don't want to fly through the smoke. It's not, and it's also not even a safety issue. It's just a bad picture. We were doing that earlier on.
Wait, is somebody asking him about flying through the smoke?
Why don't you fly in the smoke? Let's get the inside look.
Can we look down into the eye? Oh, wait a minute, wrong thing.
Dumb question.
earlier on, talking about other stories. But we've got all
Morning,
this,
Margaret.
all this goodness
Good
going
morning.
on
Good
right
morning.
here.
Good morning.
Javier, a lot of people have been asking about why they're not doing water drops. We talked about that just a few moments ago.
People
Water
love
drops
to talk
from a
about water
helicopter.
drops.
Well, I mean, it'd be cool to see. I mean, I understand why people are like, you know.
Water weighs a lot, and when they stop and drop it like that, it is just going to basically.
See, Jennifer knows her Prevo.
Demonstrations
She knows
by
what
the,
up.
county
Good to
fire
see you,
department
Jeff.
where they smash vehicles by dropping water. Now you drop a bunch of water on a pile of fire like that, it's going to throw that fire in all directions and create more problems.
Yeah, haven't you ever tried to put out a, you know, a small, like, camping fire, and you go and just dump a bunch of water on it, and then all of a sudden you've got a giant ring of fire around you? Happened to me a few times.
Well, also, you don't know what's burning in there.
Copy. Live on channel.
Well, that's a good point, too.
And so that's one of the reasons why they're not using any type of aerial attack on this at all. Also, it's a multi-agency task force. So I'm pretty sure Compton doesn't have any kind of aerial firefighting equipment. They do have LA County down there, and they have some of the finest helicopters and water dropping equipment in Los Angeles. But again, it is just too dangerous to use.
By the way, no, the fire actually started in the pallets. The pallets were the first thing to go. On the complete opposite side of the yard from where the buses are. It's basically burned from one side of the yard all the way across to the other, to where the buses are now. Watching from Newcastle, England. Thanks for bringing us. Hey, look, Stephen, we appreciate all of our friends over in England, our second biggest market over there. We appreciate you guys, and thanks for joining us today.
Few blocks away, they're en route to your location to secure the dogs and let you in.
They're going to let somebody in.
That's right. And if people are just joining us this morning and seeing this picture for the first time and saying this is progress, it really is. These flames were so intense. Tony, the word inferno, it really encapsulates what was going on out here. Earlier morning when we arrived, we were here around 5 in the morning. These flames could be seen from all the way out in the Cahuenga Pass. I just heard them say that they're rolling tape. This is firefighters from multiple agencies out here in the Compton area have been fighting these flames, and they've been having obstacle after obstacle thrown up against them. One of the obstacles was wires down, and I believe that tape is playing or had been playing, but that shows you really that is a live wire that's right there next to these firefighters battling these flames. Now, those firefighters clearly know
this has been one of those situations.
Safe, but that is just one little piece of what's been going on out here this morning. We've had transformers exploding, dropping high voltage wires onto and near fire trucks earlier on, showering them with sparks. Another problem that the firefighters had when they first arrived out here, it was Compton
Jennifer,
first arriving at
good morning,
Webb,
Jennifer.
Weber
How did we
and
miss
Santa Fe, and they had this fire that was well established in a pallet yard. Pallets are just piles of wood, so it was very hot, it was very intense, and also they had access problems. So and now what the last one they have is we're hearing they're having water pressure issues. So these firefighters doing what they can to keep these flames contained. It has been in at least a couple of different businesses. Araxia pointed out those buses are going up.
It's
right
been
so right now
quite the fire. We've been on it for about an hour now, and
but it's far from out.
yeah,
Again,
Shauna, it's been a heck of a fire.
Up in Skyfox. Back to you guys in the studio. Yeah, I think what do we got? We got another 5. Okay, we got about another 5 or 10. 5 to 10, and we got to go.
Well,
they the only ones on this, or
I don't know.
I'll look. Probably not. That would be my guess.
I'm still trying to figure out, Creed. We've got this area over here in the front. Doesn't that look like apartments right there? Like right in the corner, the bottom of the screen?
Right in the bottom screen definitely does, yeah.
But they keep saying it's so far away, but if that building right there catches fire.
Yeah, I think it's all dependent on that. I mean, you got that building as a buffer that looks like it's all right at the moment.
Facebook. We're going to have to be going. what scan. Actually, I'm listening to a Verdugo TAC, which I think is actually is a duplicate of some kind of TAC channel that's down there, and it sounds like it's LA County firefighters talking back and forth. That was for
Steven,
Scott,
that's
was
awesome.
what I was
Newcastle.
listening to
Yes,
on.
I've
We're
done.
a
Thanks,
backup
Steven.
helicopter.
You
Oh,
missed
okay,
The scanner
sorry.
is beyond ancient. I'm not happy.
Forward.
Not happy about that because I really like to listen to what's going
David's
on. hearing
comments.
what those guys on
About
the
that?
ground
Did you get
are
to that
doing.
yet? Huh? Where we at? Huh?
So, and Stephanie,
Would you like
I
those
appreciate
for
that. We-
repurposing
you know,
furniture?
I don't know when we
I really like the
live
pallet
footage
furniture
out,
too. by the way. Just a
the digital
quick side
footage,
note.
but we've been here since 5 in the morning. That's one of the reasons.
Look at
why
that
we're talking
car right
about
there
having to
parked
go get
amongst the
fuel here in a
pallets.
little bit.
Where are all these people that own these cars?
well,
There's like a
the
guy
filter
in the
is
pallets right
gonna
there
probably-
behind that car.
We'll probably be back by 8-ish.
So,
I'm
if
hoping.
you-
That's,
Right
to
here,
be
look at
honest
this.
with you. And,
Oh, yeah.
We never, and believe me, we never run out of fuel, but we basically have a point where we have to go in for fuel.
We understand.
and there's
It's a guy and a dog.
It's all calculated, and it's all policies also that pilots.
You
have
know,
to
out
follow
for a morning
policies, so
walk.
that's,
through the
that's what's
river
going on
now.
right there.
And
Yep,
now through
thank you,
the
Suzanne, for
pallets
bringing
and
that up.
fire.
Yes, I love it when people do that. I said I don't know how long we've been on digital media, and she pointed out there's a live counter at the top there, so we've been on for 1 hour 1 minute.
1 hour, 1 minute. You've been
But
on for
anyway,
57
we'll
minutes.
continue to
Jesus, you
watch
were
this fire.
on
Yes,
that,
I
I'd
am,
say.
snickering
I was
loud.
trying, I was trying.
It is because I'm answering some of the questions out here that were.
Stu is such an awesome guy that he gets frustrated when he can't sit there and talk with everybody. I love
Yeah.
that about him.
He's very social, for sure.
Oh, he certainly is.
Look forward to talking to him on Tuesday. It's
Somebody
going to be
was
a
asking
lot of
about
fun.
injuries. As far as we understand, no injuries to civilians, no injuries to any of the firefighters. I was watching.
Well, that's
when the
fantastic
first
when you got a fire that
started, it was
size.
huge. There were like 2 explosions. I'm not sure if you're. Hey, Rob is watching. Rob Burnson.
I bet you Mikey's in
Somebody
that
was,
chat.
asking
Hey,
about
mention
the,
me, Stu. Mention me,
explosions.
damn.
We're talking about the explosions. There have been several explosions.
Me?
We've been-
What about me?
If you're going to get a shout out right now is the time.
we've been,
Good morning, people. And Troll,
Okay,
hello,
copy
Bill.
all.
Good to see you.
but you know we have to go for fuel, right?
Well, KTLA was on it.
All right.
Look at
We're
this.
back to
Creed.
news, though.
Our friends from the north. Good
Nova
to see you.
Scotia. Love it.
Twin mama. I'm a twin daddy. I had twins 20 years ago, but
Joanne obviously knows me pretty well because
I didn't
of
push
the
'em out, but
comments
I'm
about my
the
phone
father
not
of them.
dying.
You had something
Welcome.
to do with it, is what you're saying.
I had a hand in it.
I'm actually listening to these guys talk on the ground. I want to try to get some more info from what.
Yeah,
what
KTLA
they're
might have the
picking
shot
up
back.
down
I'll find another one.
there. But yeah.
I'm not going to,
Copy.
Rafa, I will not
So, yeah,
message
the
Stu.
deal
Don't
is somebody
worry.
was talking about the explosions. We had transformers going.
Yeah.
I wait for him
to
We had
message
propane
me.
tanks exploding.
Yeah, wait
We
till
had
after
smaller
Tuesday.
propane
I'm the
tanks
girl in the
exploding. We had
relationship.
fires.
He's the man. He sends me messages. I wait.
I'm sure you've heard a lot
I
of
sit
that.
there, stare at
They
my
were
phone, and say,
going
man,
country
Stu hasn't
buses,
texted me in
able to move the-
almost
Yes,
10 hours.
We actually watched as some folks got in there and actually moved some of
WTF.
those buses out of the way and a school bus out of the way. Also, we saw the employees of that pallet yard, or what's left of that pallet yard, actually moving some, trying to move some pallets. And I'm kind of snickering because it is such a look. At
Twin
that.
mama
I mean,
got
they
7-year-old
were-
twins. So
yeah,
good luck with
they were-
that. Double
they
the
were trying
trouble.
to help. It was
Yeah,
like a
hang in
drop
there.
of
It
water
gets
in the
better.
ocean, but they were doing what they
Shelly's
could.
a twin mama, too. Didn't know that.
So,
Oh,
at any
look in
rate,
there.
the fire is basically burning itself out, and in a way, some folks that might just be.
What are you laughing at
just
me
be
for,
listening
handsome?
to
What
us or
what have
joining
I
us
done
right
now? You guys are always
probably
on
saying,
me.
well,
I'm telling you.
know, gee, why didn't-
Captain Happy, don't think I didn't see your
you need to
comment up
rewind
there.
this broadcast and figure it out. These guys have been up against so much this morning, guys and gals from the different fire departments. And what was burning is pallets, it's piles of wood, and that generates so
Damn
much
buses.
heat. And so
Tons and tons
basically
of
they were
buses.
doing what they could,
I
but
think
they've
there was
been
like
down
21
obstacle
buses I
after
counted
obstacle,
that
making it
caught
so
fire.
difficult for them
Sounds
to
about right.
battle these flames. And there you go. That's a
That
great.
is a
video's got
rager right
great
there.
Before and after picture right there. So this is what was in that yard, and this was probably a good. What do you say that is? An acre, 2 acres?
What would you say? How
2 to
many
3
pallets those
acres
are?
Of just pallets.
Good Lord, Creed.
You can just see the piles of
hot damn.
The whole place was just like that when it started. I mean, everything. There was pallets stacked like that everywhere.
There's actually been inside these, and that generating so much.
It's like the portal to hell.
Itself, there's other business things, meaning trucks, buildings.
Tasty Mikey's got an Amazon mic, and no.
All that stuff was catching fire as well. They were having problems.
I don't even
with
know what that is.
electrical.
Did that come from
the
old B Shop studio?
Or is it MXT, MXI, something like that? MX something.
And mine, I can't tell you about for reasons.
Creed's is a secret because it's as hot as this fire.
7 from quarters.
Right.
Yep. 2 traffic, intersection 4th Street.
All I know is I'm happy from the time that I acquired this microphone until now that I never sold it. Because let me tell you, broken, used, just garbage of these microphones go for like $800. Exactly. Just visiting
Peter,
knows what it is.
You're exactly right.
The old RE20. That sounds fantastic
They're probably going to have to bring in heavy equipment
without this thing on.
Once most of that
Just
fire
notice
is
the
died
difference.
down, they're probably
Huge
gonna
difference,
bring
but
in
then you hear
excavators to move this stuff around and make sure that all that fire is out.
The whole reason I've got mine on because I'm a mouth breather.
yeah. That's why. Well, Mikey sees this every time before we go live. I'm constantly with this spray here, this dry mouth spray. So
he's like a opera singer before we go live.
yes. Keep them pipes good.
I'm down for some Zumba.
27 rescue 27.
Right on.
PDs reported via the jack in the box. WSSS store.
Man. Well, I guess when Stu's done, we will be
Cindy,
done.
How that fire started, that's going to be for investigators, and they're going to be here for quite some time before they actually have any.
Imagine,
and clearly
imagine going into a scene after that, like a huge fire like that, and having to sift through to find any little pieces of evidence. And
oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, they've dumped so much water on this. You know, the science, if you will, behind it's incredible.
For a minute on one side of the fire, they had real low water pressure. It seems like things are all right now.
Yes, Zumba, Kevin, Zumba.
Oh, Tasty, get yourself a RE20. You won't be mad about that purchase. I promise you that.
You won't be mad, but you'll be mad that you spent that much money.
Okay, I think we're going to start talking about leaving this scene because we need to make our way to get some fuel. But I just wanted to throw out, somebody was asking some of the basics. I'm sorry that has been thrown out there a couple times. This is in the city of Compton. We're probably 1, 2, 3 small blocks away from
Sevens on it if you want.
We're just south of the 105 and just west of the 710. Those are the major areas out
No,
here.
maybe not.
Somebody's saying those buses are $1 million, almost $2 million a piece. I believe that. We were talking about that earlier on.
Oh, easy.
Anyway,
just a shell.
A piece.
Just a shell of those Prevos.
You're talking like $40 million lost just in buses.
And
I wouldn't doubt that a bit.
Believe me, I love the love here on Facebook. I love answering questions. You guys are.
I'm a Verizon engineer.
Me too.
Good for you, Verizon engineer.
Up. If it does, I'm sure Vinny's just going to kind of lock the camera out front, and you can watch us make our way to Long Beach for fuel. But everybody stay safe. Have a great day. We love the love. Some selfless
that's up to you if you want to. I don't see anybody else. It's morning news time.
Yeah. We've covered the meat and potatoes of it, Creed. I believe they've got it contained. I feel like we've done our due diligence with this kind of thing. We're sending Kevin one of these burned out buses because he's just been so much fun. Thirsty Bird. That's what my nickname was in high school. Thirsty Bird.
Thirsty Bird. I like that.
All right. Well, as we fly off into the sunset, I remind everyone to please, if you like car chases, that sort of thing, we cover those live, and we also cover classic chases at 4:05 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, right here where you're watching us now. Head over to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and if you don't listen to us, listen to Jennifer. Go subscribe, would you?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. With notifications on, by the way. Click that notification bell to get that rolling so that you can be woken up out of bed like I was today by the notification that we were live.
Look, man, gotta do what I can. We gotta go. We gotta go, and we gotta go as well.
It's got to be scary up there, knowing that you're even low on fuel. I mean, you know that everything's calculated out right. You know, I would just every single time that you got to make that fuel run would make me crazy.
But it's been good seeing all you guys this morning. We'll be back at 4:05 Eastern, where we got a chase. Then later on, 6 p.m. Eastern, another live episode of Poor Sports with myself and the world-famous Bishop. So make sure you join us for that.
Mikey said he did a real quick count, Dr. Max.
It was around 2021.
Yeah, I would say that sounds about right. Yeah, looking forward to the weekend edition of We Gotta Chase. Mikey's going to be the almost weekend edition, I should say.
Almost weekend edition.
Yeah. We need some new graphics for breaking news, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll work on that today.
Add it to the list.
I'll add it to a list of things I started working on at 6 o'clock this morning. So.
Nice spending the morning with everybody. Never know when we'll be popping back on, but we shall see. That's the reason why I want to have those notifications on. You just never know.
That's right. Make sure you tune in to all of our amazing shows right here on this channel. We don't just do fires that break out in Compton. We do all kinds of stuff. and the guy you were listening to right there, Creed, this guy right here will be live with us.
That legend. Absolute
next
legend.
Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Chase legend himself, Stu Mundell, the man behind the mic you just heard a while ago. So, anything else
I was going to say? Yes, thank you to Moon and Mimi, both for the super stickers. We always enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that tremendously. That always helps. Tasty Treat says has been subscribed. Very good. Love to see that. Love to hear it.
Live it.
All right, you guys take care. If nothing else pops off, we'll see you at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today for We Gotta Chase.
That's right. As we always say, until next time, remember.
And don't forget, like, subscribe, and click the bell, baby.